3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, it's CD2 Fishing. We just recorded for 25 minutes.
Well,
for Tackle Talk Thursday, and guess what, guys?
We found out we weren't even recording.
We weren't recording. Dad hit the wrong thing on the camera. I believe it's in picture mode, so I took one picture of a sad face. Anyways, guys, welcome to Tackle Talk Thursday. It's our second one. We're going to talk about what we used, what techniques, what things, what areas we were in, what kind of cover, or, you know, anything pertaining to the last video that we posted. And, you know, we'll talk about some new tackle here and there, things we've seen, new techniques if we happen to stumble across any, all sorts of stuff, guys, you know, and just pertaining to tackle and the whole industry of fishing. But anyways, guys, the last video started out, we were on Lake Harris, part of the Harris chain here in Central Florida. Pretty world famous, most of y'all know about it. We actually went for kind of a lazy day. We'd been on a couple-day run fishing. I took some time off and shut my business down during the holidays, and man, goodness, we fished and fished and fished, and I said, you know, I want to use our time and fish, but let's relax, man. Let's throw some food in the cooler and just go hang out, grab some shiners, just do some old school fishing. And, you know, that should have worked, but it actually didn't, guys. I bought a couple dozen shiners and minnows. We had our minnow rods out. We pulled into an area of Lake Harris called Helena Run, and we were right to the, so if you're facing at Helena Run, if anybody out there knows the Lake Harris on the Harris chain, if you're facing Helena Run, there's a pocket that kind of comes off like a small, almost creates a cove over there. There's cypress trees lining the whole outside of it, or the inside of it, I should say. If you're facing it, would be the inside. And then there's another cypress out with pads. Kissimmee grass is scattered in there. It's just pulling in there, you're going, man, can you find anything better than this? You know, you're thinking it's the greatest thing you've ever seen. Well, that day I was wrong. I was thinking there's a little bit of warmer water flowing out of Helena Run. You know, there might be bait being blown in there. And I just, in my head, thought it was a perfect storm. And boy, was I wrong. We sat there for, what, an hour?
45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes, an hour, nothing. Nothing on the minnows, nothing on the shiners. We had a whole spread of rods out. We had too many rods for our own good going. I said, you know what? Let's regroup. You know, the aerator's running, keeping the bait alive and everything. I said, look around this corner. And it was just, when you pull up, there's cypress trees and the cypress, you know, the cypress stumps, the cypress knees there. And then the Kissimmee grass, and there's just scattered pads in there, and then there's clumps of reeds all the way around. And I said, man, let's pitch this. Let's go through here and flip a little bit and see. And I even make a joke, if you listen to the video, I was picking on fur. I said, I don't know, you never know. With Kissimmee grass, there'd either be 1,000 fish in here or 0. And before I got the O out in 0, I, boom, hammered down on one. And smaller fish, you know. We had nothing really of size all day that day. It was just fun just to catch something. It was cold, bitter cold. We had ice on the boat that morning. That's how chilly it was. The water temperature plummeted. I'm shocked we actually did get on fish. I figured shiners would have been the only way if we were lucky. But that particular day, we were using the always sweet smelling Gambler burner crawls. Whew, they're rough, guys. That's some good garlic scent right there. That is a shadow blue burner crawl. And what caught my attention on this is it's basically, to my eye, looks like June bug on one side and a really nice flake blue on the other. I like to incorporate blue when I'm flipping, whether it be a black and blue Senko with a blue tip or black with blue flake, like the Nuke Punch or Bandito Bug. Or another gambler that I started using, the Gambler Why Not, the black and blue flake. These are really neat. Today's actually the first day I started fishing with these. Our local tackle shop had been out, and luckily they had just recycled. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. The fishing on Griffin stunk the other day for me, but at least I was able to restock my gambler stuff. So I was a happy boy. So yeah, that was the juice that day, guys. That put on every fish you see in that video was on a gambler burner crawl. That particular gambler burner crawl right there. Another thing, if you look back a couple videos for us, black and blue nuke punch. Man, there was a day we won a tournament because of a black and blue nuke punch. That's the only thing we caught fish on. If it wasn't for a black and blue nuke punch, we'd have one less W on the board for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything black and blue bandito bugs have been working really great when I'm not punching through super heavy cover. When I'm using my lighter flipping setup, it's a bandito bug. Almost 99% of the time it's bandito bug. I've been playing around with different baits here lately, but if that's what I'm doing, 9 times out of 10 you're going to see a black with blue flake bandito bug, and pretty much it's been the same for fur lately too. But yeah, so getting to that with my light setup, I say light, it's still a pretty rugged setup. So we're going to start from the reel and work our way out. The reel is a Cast King Varus. I know I mentioned in another video, I believe, but the Cast King Varus, I didn't have any other quick gear ratios. The only other extra lures I had were like 6.5 to 1s or something, or 6.6 to 1s. They were I bought them for a jerkbait reel. For some strange reason, I love throwing jerkbaits on a loose reel. I don't understand what it is. It's like a mental thing or something. It's an 8:1 to 1 gear ratio. I try to make it very quick gear ratio just to try to reel those big girls up out of there. Or here lately, it's trying to get the males off the beds and get them out of the way. The rod is a Empire Fishing Rods Throne 7.6 heavy action. If you check out Empire Fishing Rods, check them out. Use code CD210. It'll save you guys 10% on these rods. They have 2 series of rods on there, so check them out. They're pretty awesome. I've been putting in work with this. You guys will see that footage will slowly start trickling out. But I've been putting on some serious work with this setup right here. Fur can vouch too. I've been on them pretty good with this setup here. The last couple of trips I've been using a 1/2 ounce. I've kept it pretty darn light compared to what you guys usually see us use. It looks like we're going to war on our other setups. But yeah, so just obviously a bobber stop. You gotta have a bobber stop. I've been using a 1/2 ounce tungsten. I did switch today. I've been doing some fishing most of the day. If you can't tell by how completely worn out and the fact that I'm using this table to hold me up right now because my back hurts that bad. Somebody play me a small violin, please. But I switched to a 3/4. I think it was more the lake I was fishing was having some issues. Apparently they'd been out there spraying very heavily recently. So seems to be a pattern showing up on that. Some people tell me I'm crazy. Some people agree. I know where I stand on the matter. And then just your 4/0. This is a Gamakatsu super heavy cover. Super heavy cover. Yeah, like I just said, I'm tired. Bear with me. I need caffeine or something. Or Christopher slap me around a little bit, wake me up.
No.
This has been the juice, man. Black with blue flake, then the blue tip Yamamoto Senko. It kills me inside because these things just absolutely fall the heck apart. I caught a 1/2 pound fish, maybe a 1/2 pound fish today, pitching reeds. And he shredded one of these into like 9 pieces. I mean, it literally looked like just concrete dust. Drives me nuts. I mean, gosh darn it, they work great, the action's great, but man, they drive me nuts. But yeah, guys, that's it on that. Now, when you go in your super heavy cover, gosh, I don't know what's going on, guys.
Oh, man.
I don't know. But this is my very heavy cover setup. This is a Guggen Muscle. I run a double bobber stop, 1.5 ounce tungsten. We will, in certain scenarios, go to a 2 ounce. If you look back to one of our past videos, exploring my childhood lakes, we went to Orange Lake, and then we went to Lake Kerr, which is where my dad grew up and where I spent a lot of time as a kid. My grandparents still live out there. Beautiful lake out there. Crystal clear lake though. So we got crafty and we switched out to a 2 ounce tungsten and started punching floating land mats, basically like lily pad roots, other vegetation that breaks down, floating land mats, land mass, whatever you want to call it. We were just punching around that anywhere we could find a pocket, and it took a 2 ounce to actually get through it. I mean, it paid off for us in the long run, but 2 ounces are rough. I lost how many fish in one day? 8? Wasn't it 8? Didn't we count 8?
I don't remember.
It was like 7 or 8. I'm pretty sure it was 8. I ended up missing 8 hook sets. It's something with that 2 ounce. I don't know. Maybe this rod doesn't have enough backbone to stick it with that. I'm not sure, but every single one of them shook it. I mean, I would drag them out of the cover, and as soon as they shake their head out of the heavy cover, gone. And then obviously glass bead. Now this has a trocar. So this was the Gamakatsu super heavy cover. I run a 4-aught. A lot of guys run bigger. Sometimes if it's like certain scenarios, I'll even have a 3-aught on. But this trocar, I've really been digging these trocars. I've never really used them. I just happened to be watching Scott Martin one day, and you know what, let's just try it. And I happened to go down to Brooker's Bait and Tackle in Leesburg, Florida. If any of you guys are fishing the chain, stop in there. Great people. It's actually where almost all of this came. This is where the reel came from and everything. So the reel is a Shimano SLX MGL. This is a 71HG. This was a recommendation of a gentleman at Brooker's that was helping me out that particular day. And to you, sir, I say thank you, because I absolutely love these reels. I'm going to probably go get 1 or 2 more. And then the star of the show that most of you guys don't think about, apparently my style of fishing's flawed, because I had a bruise about the size of my hand down on the side of my stomach. We fished almost every day for a week and a half straight, and every single day we flipped, and I beat myself senseless. A Lunacy Cushion. This is just a foam cover that slides down. You put a little bit of soapy water on it and force it down on there, and it fits. It's not coming back off. When this rod breaks, this goes in the rod rack in the sky together as a unit. But this cushion, thank you to Roland Martin on all of his tutorial videos for reminding Shaw Grigsby as well. Thank you guys, because you guys are saving my rib cage here on this. It's just how I hold it. It's when I lock it down, I'll grab it and I lock my elbow into the butt of the rod, and then when I do, I put my whole body into it, because some of this stuff is just so thick. I've had to actually reach in and dig fish out. I mean, for watch me, I've actually had to physically dig fish out of where I hook them, and it's in a tournament situation, man. Or say it's your new PB or something, because I think that might be even worse, for your mentality. You want that fish out of there, and I mean, for his learning, I mean, this kid can set a hook like a full-grown man and then some. And then 65-pound braid, just 8-strand, 65-pound braid. You gotta have 65-pound braid. There's nothing else to it. If you're punching real heavy cover, 65-pound braid, never look back. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much been the juice. We've got a lot more videos coming out. You're gonna see we end up having to utilize a jerkbait again. I absolutely destroyed a jerkbait. I've been falling apart lately. If you guys just one day ride by and see me crying at the boat ramp or something, just know I'm like this close to a mental breakdown from all the mishaps I've been having. And to top everything off, now the motor on the boat's acting up again, twice in a month now. But anyways, guys, if you guys ever have any questions or anything about this, I'm an open book. I really have nothing to hide. There's a few secrets I might take to the grave. But for the most part, guys, I'm going to help. Whatever you guys need, I'm there to help or answer any questions. Anything. It doesn't matter. Just check us out on all our social medias. That's the fastest way to get us. shoot me a message, add us on Instagram, follow us on there, and then shoot me a message. And I've always got my phone in my pocket. It's never a hassle to reply to anybody. We're always here. And that's CD2 Fishing. That's any social media platform, CD2 Fishing, you can find us. Post here and there on TikTok. I need to get better. Shame on me on TikTok. But one more thing before you guys go. I forgot to share this. I'm completely burnt out, guys. I'm like literally falling asleep. I was falling asleep in my boat earlier. I almost took a nap out on the lake. If you guys are in any tannic water, we've been running into it a lot down here. Tannic water, red water, whatever you guys want to call it. I had to switch up to a watermelon red and like that. I mean, literally like flipping an on switch. This is a Reaction Innovations. This is actually a California 420. This is one of their sweet beavers. So this particular pattern for their California 420, and I don't know what it is about it, just kind of caught my eye. I was looking into the light one day. It's your typical watermelon on one side, and it's a real dark, I don't even know, maybe a green pumpkin. I think they might add a little bit of like a brown or something in with the watermelon. And then it's got black and red flake. So think of your watermelon reds. But just with a little bit of a flair on that. Any of your tannic water, like a particular river we were fishing that connects into the Harris chain, that was it. We threw every color you can imagine. And as soon as I put on a watermelon red Slim Shake, and it was, I mean, like I turned the lights on in a dark room, it was just boom, and then boom, boom. I ended up having a mishap and lost, figure like 9-10 pound, big female. I mean, God, she was gorgeous. And for once, I can blame it on something else other than me. I had a bad spool of line from another company, which led me to going to Sunline. It's bad. You take it and you can wrap around and it's 15. I don't even know what happened. I thought about packing the spool in Tannerite and blowing it up just to make me feel slightly better. But you could wrap it around. It was either 15 or 16 pound line. You could wrap it around your hands and just barely put pressure and just break. And you tie in a knot. I would just do like a little loop knot in line, and as soon as you would go to cinch the knot down, it'd pull right in half. I wet the knot. I always wet the knot. I don't play around with my knot. I do not play around with it. No matter what the knot is one of the most important, probably the most important part. But yeah, it cost me big time. But yeah, when I was in that tannic water, we switched over to that, and like I said, it's literally like we went over there and just went, the switch is off, and boop, on, and boom, boom, boom. It was one right after the next. That video I think should be coming out, after this one. So yeah, you guys stay tuned, subscribe, turn on your notifications. That way you do know when these new videos post. But anyways, guys, I think we're going to go to sleep because both of us need it terribly. Ale House really roughed us up tonight. Woo! We got to go sleep it off now, guys. One more thing before we go. All of this tackle right here, there's like 100 and something, I think I added up, it's like $102 worth of tackle. There's worms, there's hooks, there's even a swim bait in there. Got tungsten weights, a tailspin, a little fat-free mini bomber crankbait, spinnerbait, all sorts of stuff. Jerkbait, Swank 66X from 6 cents, some trick worms, some flukes, some creature baits, some brush hogs, some Senko style stick baits, all of it. We're doing a giveaway. I don't know what the giveaway is going to be. I jumped the gun and put all the tackle together. But just follow us on Instagram, guys. That's where we're most active. Again, it's CD2 Fishing. Just keep an eye. In the very near future, we're basically celebrating getting 2,000 followers on Instagram. We're getting there. It's been kind of slow lately, but we're working. We're trying. We take it day by day on there. I never in a million years thought we would be standing here talking to you guys, but here we are, and I love every second of it. So we're gonna go to sleep now. I think I'm gonna go cry for just 1 second and then go to sleep. So, on behalf of he remembers his name, and Chris, This is CD2 Fishing, guys, and this was another Tackle Talk Thursday. We appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.